Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to be showing you my signed albums. So I just recently went through and put plastic on all of them, so I have all of them out, so I kind of thought I'd go through them all. So with that said, I'll kind of get started. I'm just gonna go through the groups that I have one signed album from first, and then I'll move on to like 2 to 3 to more. And yeah, so starting off I have CIX's first mini album. This is a recent purchase. Well, not a recent purchase, but I got it recently. And I'm really excited about this one. I like this album a lot, so I'm really happy to have it signed. And then I have JBJ95's Spark. This is also something I got recently, and this is also something I'm really excited about. I love JBJ95 a lot, so yeah. So then next I have Kim Donghan. This is his third mini album, The Hours. I like this album a lot too, but I'm really happy to have this signed. Okay, and then I have Kim Jae-hwan's Another. I'm really happy to have this album signed too, just because I love this album. This album is pure gold, so. And I'm on a quest to have signed albums by every single member of 101. So yeah, I'm working on that as well, So the next thing I have is Girlkind's Sorry single album. This is something I got from Makestar, so yeah, this was from a really long time ago. And then next I have IZ*ONE's Heart Eyes. This is signed by Chaeyeon. I got this from Kpop Town because they were selling extra copies. And I originally had bought from M-Wave, but I got Chaewon. And when I saw that Kpop Town was selling members and you can choose who you got, I figured I would buy Chaeyeon's and sell Chaewon's. Okay, then next is 17's Boys Be. This is signed by June. This is an album I don't think I will ever get rid of. I've kind of stopped collecting 17 as of recently, but this is an album I will probably keep forever. I have a lot of fond memories with this one. So next is SF9's Feeling Sensation. So I got this when it was on M-Wave a while ago, so I since stopped collecting SF9, but I also wanted to keep this album because, you know, sentimental value. And then I have IOI's What a Man single. So this is just signed by OT7, which I kind of wish I would have taken the chance to get a OT11 signed album, but there's nothing I can really do about that now. But I'm really happy to have this one because I bought this from M-Wave back in the day, and this was just something I was really excited for, and I miss IOI to this day, so yeah. So next I have CLC's Crystyle. I'm really happy to have this album in particular signed because this is one of my favorite CLC albums. So yeah, I need to work on my CLC signed album collection a bit, just because this is the only CLC album I have signed, and they are like one of my old groups, so I should work on that a bit more, but yeah. So next is Daya's Love Generation. This is one of my favorite K-pop albums of all time, so I'm happy to have this signed because of that. I bought this from M-Wave back in the day. I kind of miss this era because it was an okay time in my life, and I was really excited. I was really on my Daya hype when this album came out. This album in particular is what made them one of my ults, so yeah. And then next I have Rain's, their first mini album, Sunshine. Rain's made some really good music, and this album is kind of a testament to that. Like, this whole album is genius, and I love it a lot. I don't have Rain's other album, but I just bought this one because it was kind of like the price of a normal album, and I did really like the album and Rain's, so I couldn't really pass that up. And then last in this section, for just groups I have one signed album from, I have AB6's Be Complete. This is another addition to my kind of 101 signature collection. Yeah, I was really excited about this one in particular because I loved the MXM boys, and I of course love Woojin and Daehwi, and I also really love Eun as well. So this group, I like them a lot, and to be honest, they're pretty high on my boy group list. I'm really happy about this one in particular. I'm kind of hoping there's a chance to get more signed albums from them in the future. So then moving on to groups I have 2 albums from, just 2. The first one I'll talk about is 101. So I have this pink version of To Be One. This is signed by Jisoo. And then the Sky version I have is signed by Minhyun. These are really special albums to me just because To Be One is not only a really special era for me, it also just means a lot. But yeah, I have a lot of love in my heart for these albums because To Be One was also just a really special era for me. So next group is Uptension. I have their 4th mini album, Summer Go, and I did buy this from M-Wave back when that was a thing. This was like 3 years ago. This was so long ago. It doesn't feel that long ago though. And then I also have their like 2018 special photo edition album. This is OT10 signed. These are both OT10 signed. This one was one I got from Makestar because they did a Makestar for their 3rd year anniversary like fan meeting type thing. I want to work on my Uptension signed album collection a little bit just because they are in all as well. And I have actually recently I did buy their newest album, Moment of Illusion. I bought that signed. So hopefully I'll get that soon and hopefully I can work on this collection a little bit more. So next is New East. I have New East W's W here. This is signed by Baekho. And then I have New East's 6th mini album, Happily Ever After. This is also signed by Baekho. I want to try to grow my New East signed album collection just because when they do M-Wave, they do only do the single member signed, and I want to get a member that isn't Baekho. I would love any other member, particularly JR, who is my bias, but since I already have a Minhyun signed album too, I would also really love Ren or Aaron. Anything really. Hopefully they do M-Wave for their newest album so I can try again. And then next I have Impact. So I have this copy of Lollipop. It's harder to see, but you can see it. This is a promo copy. And then I have this copy which is not a promo, but it's a lot easier to see. So yeah, and I got this one really cheap on Mercari Japan. So I don't know, their Lollipop album does show up on Mercari Japan every so often. So if you want to look for it, that would probably be your best bet in finding it, and like not for a shit ton of money, because if you go on eBay it's going to cost a lot, and if you don't buy it from a Japanese site there's probably no chance that you'll get it for cheap. And I got this one for really cheap, so, and even with it being signed it was like a considerable price. So yeah, this one I did get on eBay. It was from Hand Doll Making, but I mean it was expensive, but it also wasn't horribly expensive. So I don't know, if you're looking for this album there are ways to get it for a good price. You just kind of have to be able to buy it from Japan probably. So okay, that was that. I just have one group where I have 3 signed albums from, so that group would be Brave Girls. So the first one I have is their For You single, signed by Haerin and Yujin, which they're no longer in the group anymore, so I mean, I don't know if it really makes a difference that it's signed, but this single is not easy to find copies of, so I did have to get this one off of Zen Market, and yeah, this was the last thing I needed to complete my Brave Girls collection for a long time. So yeah, I don't know if that one in particular is easy to find on any site really anymore. So then next would be Brave Girls Deepened, and this is OT7 signed. This is one of my like prized possessions because I wanted this for the longest time, and I eventually got to a point where I was able to buy it. So, and then last would be Rollin', OT5 signed. This is from the Makestar they did for this album. Rollin' is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time, so I'm really happy to have this for that reason. And I hope they get a comeback soon, because there was news that there was a comeback in the works for them, but who knows if that's actually true, just because Brave Brothers is a damn fool, but that's not the point of this video. But anyways, yeah. I kind of want to get some more signed albums from Brave Girls. I'll of course try to get any future releases signed, and I also want to go back and get High Heels signed because I love that album as well. And so the last group of albums I'm going to show you are all my Hotshot signed albums. So when I say Hotshot signed albums, that includes everything from UNB, JBJ, but yeah, it also includes their solo stuff. So I'll get started, go through those. So the first one I have is UMB's Black Heart. There's 8 signatures right there. Marco's is down here, but Hojung's signature is right here. I love this album. I love the way this album looks when it's signed. Like, it just looks really neat. This admittedly isn't my favorite UMB album, but this was like my last chance to get a signed album from them, so I just took up the offer of M-Wave. I'm happy to have a UMB signed album. I miss UMB with all of my heart. I mostly miss like the members that aren't so active. So like Kijung. Oh, I miss Kijung every day. Daewon, I miss him a lot. I miss Feel Dog. Ijin is, I mean, he's active. He released an album which I think is amazing. June, I miss him being active in music. I don't keep up with, you know, his acting, so. And I also don't really follow Ace, which might be not a great thing, but yeah. And Hansel, oh, I definitely miss Marco. I was just listening to his group, a song by his group the other day, and I was like thinking of when I'll see him again because I miss him a lot. And Hansel, I hope his group can have a comeback soon too. So I just wish we could get more content from all of them because I especially miss Field Dog, because I especially miss Big Star. Big Star being dead is like the worst thing to ever happen to me, even though I knew it would happen this year. And then we have JBJ, so I have JBJ's True Colors. This is signed by Taehyun. And yeah, I just kind of bought this on a whim from Zen Market. So, I mean, it was kind of cheap, so. I don't know why I didn't buy from M-Wave when it was first a thing, but. And then I have solos, so I have Sungwoon's My Moment, so this is the daily version, and I also have the dream version. So I have both versions for no real reason. I had originally bid on one, and I got outbid on that, so I figured I wouldn't win it, so I went and bought a different copy. But then the person that had bid on the one copy actually retracted their bid, which I actually had no idea you could even do. So I got kind of stuck with the second copy. So it's kind of annoying because I only really wanted one, but I figured I'd keep both anyways. I don't know. And then next I have Taehyun's Birthday. I'm really happy to have this one in particular because I love this album so much. It's one of my favorite albums of the year by far. And I love the way his signature looks. It looks very nice and neat. And then I also have Sungwoon's BXXX album signed. This is from M-Wave. This is not a promo. Thank God they did M-Wave this time because I didn't want to spend a shit ton of money on another promo. But anyways, yeah, really happy to have this one. I like this album a lot too, so this one's really nice to have. And then lastly, this is probably my favorite signed album, favorite album overall that I own. It is OT6 signed and my Hotshot. So I was very lucky to be able to find a copy of this album in the first place, but the fact that it was signed is also really, really nice. I want more group signed Hotshot things. Like I'd really love to get a early flowering promo, but they sold out before I was able to make my decision. I made my decision far later than I should have on buying a promo of early flowering, so that's annoying. I really like collecting signed things for Hotshot, so I want to continue doing that, so yeah. Anyways, I believe that was everything. I don't think I left anything out. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.